But what's on the itinerary today? We are starting off with the MSQ, the part 1, I guess, of a 7.5, but there's a dungeon and a trial, so it's bound to be still decently meaty. Finally kicking, where am I looking at that land? Let me just do this. Kicking off our, Dawn Trail is officially done. We are leading into Evercold. Oh wait, speak of emotes, if the cackle is the aligned trade, which we'll do afterwards. Oh, it's in the PvP. Oh, it's level 5 emote. Cool. The conductor baton emote. I may actually do that. I didn't even do level 5 for the previous one. I got to level 2. Didn't bother. But we'll pal around with our little otter backpack for tonight as well, because it's a limited time until they patch it out. Oh, I did hear Graha's here. I did hear the voice lines for 7.4, Graha sounded really weird. They went back and replaced those. So he should sound normal in the 7.4 voice lines now. In Fate's footsteps. I trust you were able to get plenty of rest. Good. I thought we might take a moment to ponder our next steps, perhaps reflect on our recent journey. I must admit, my thoughts often drift to the Mist Continent in our stay in Treno. It was heartening to see Milala prosper despite the odds, and my own flesh and blood strive in the Levin-racked landscape. Yeah, people surviving despite the calamity. Pretty solid. Sphene was eager to restore diplomatic relations, and I have no doubt that Alexandria will provide much-needed support for their neighbor. I too shall do everything I can to aid my home away from home, my wonderful welcoming family included. For the time being, though, I'd say we've accomplished all within our power. How you doing, Ace? I suppose that just leaves the matter of preservation's research. It is yet unclear how Calyx learned the techniques he used to summon his Dark Primal, and there is likewise much that remains unknown about the key. Let us hope that Shale's efforts bear more fruit. Can you hear me? Shale and I have been reviewing the decrypted files and have uncovered some intriguing details. Would you care to join us? We'll be right with you. Excellent. Shale seems rather eager to speak with you all. Come and find us in the Deutero lab when you're ready. Uncanny timing indeed. Let us make for the containment complex. The A-Raid, I'm looking forward to doing it later, but I'm not necessarily looking forward to grinding coins from all 3 of them. Because I need a decent bit of twines. You know what? I meant to keep an eye on the Hunt Discord, because you can buy twines with Hunt nuts now too, but ugh, they're so expensive. Aha. This is where we're trying to make a new cup, I think.
Just in time for a progress report. The decryption is finally complete. As we suspected, the data represents a partial record of Preservation's research documents. A quick scan of the files, however, failed to turn up the information Y'shtola was after.
Indeed. No mention of the Ascians, or primal summoning techniques for that matter. While Calyx doubtless received instruction from someone possessed of such knowledge, there was naught to identify this benevolent mentor.
Oh, you don't use fashion accessories in cutscenes. Damn. Oh, well.
I am, however, pleased to say that we found several reports concerning the key.
We know the key is used to open paths between worlds, and was a treasured relic of the Milala. And just as the Milala were unable to return after reaching the Mist Continent, so too was Preservation unable to gain a mastery of the prize which had passed into their possession. The data suggests that a particular formula or procedure is required, a process which Calyx appears to have understood to some degree. Yet the key proved fickle. Perfectly replicating conditions was no guarantee of success. And even when they did manage to generate a modest portal, the destination was never the one they expected. The reports practically screamed their frustration, describing the experience as being dragged around by a traveler picking roads without rhyme or reason. Serves them right, I say.
After much
Just opening
trial and
random
error,
portals to the
Preservation began
unknown.
to experiment with external actuation devices for the key. Striving to maintain a stable pathway to a chosen location, they conceived of the technology that forms the gate to the Golden City.
So, their tribulations ultimately afforded them control of the key, albeit in a limited capacity, which, of course, explains why they were able to instruct Zoralja in its use, thus enabling the unprecedented feat of transferring Everkeep and its environs to the source. After the Endless Fiend took the key unto herself, she opened pathways to other reflections in her hunt for ether, did she not?
Yes.
The Milala merely used it to facilitate their exodus. To think what the key has now wrought in different hands.
For all we know, the actuation device augmented the key's power beyond its intended scope. Were your goal to plunder whole worlds of their ether, a tool designed to simply transfer people would likely be insufficient.
Shale, I don't suppose you would be able to remove the actuation device?
The machine made for that very purpose is still functional, thankfully. It shouldn't be a problem.
What do you think? We don't even know how the key works. If the device is somehow interfering or amplifying its capabilities, I believe we ought to remove it.
Give me a moment.
Remove it from the cup, huh? I was like, what if it was in the cup for our protection? What if we're not allowed to touch it? Oh.
My word.
What?
Ishtola?
So, a reminder, Y'shtola's blind. She sees ether. So right now it is flashbanging her.
This is the first time I've beheld the key in all its unobscured glory. The sheer density is extraordinary. 'Tis akin to the structures we saw beneath the Tempest.
Now that you mention it, the ornamentation is reminiscent of Amarot.
Have
How you
you
doing,
noticed
Alonzo?
anything since the key has been in your possession?
It reminds me of Azim's crystal. Yes.
You're suggesting the key has some connection with Azim. A plausible theory, although one we are yet unequipped to prove.
My apologies. Hello? Yes, this is Cryo speaking.
Wait, that implies every time someone has contacted us via Link Pearl, it's audible to everyone around us? Haven't we done, like, espionage with those? Wait a minute.
That was Ojika with a message for us.
I didn't realize they were audible to other people. I figured it was just in our ear. All right, yeah, sure.
An urgent matter?
I'm not altogether sure. Tataru requires our counsel, and hoped to call upon us in person at the Baldessian Annex. Though disappointed we were not present, she appeared content to wait until our travels brought us back to Sharlayan, insisting that it did not merit our immediate summons. Her tone suggested otherwise, however, and Ojika felt compelled to contact us directly.
Mayhap the time has come for another journey across the salt.
You'd best go. Though I'll not deny that I'll be sad to see you leave.
Damn. They did that shit on purpose because they know Shale's a
Shale.
favorite now.
I can't even begin to thank you for all you've done. We will be forever indebted to you and your Oblivion colleagues.
The debt is ours. We'll never forget the sacrifices you've made for us, for Alexandria. In the meantime, I shall keep sifting through the data. You'll hear as soon as I find anything of note.
Actually, I should like to stay here a little longer, if you don't mind.
You are most welcome.
And might I borrow the key for a while? I wish to study it further. With the utmost care, I assure you.
Yeah, why not?
Well then,
What could go
shall
wrong?
we be off? Ojika will be expecting us.
There's still ether. Yeah, lots of lightning. I like to imagine her vision is akin to like Toph vision. Anytime they try to show what Toph sees in Avatar: The Last Airbender. That's how I always pictured it anyway. You know, Toph's is like an echolocation of sorts. It's just like something like that, but with ether. I don't remember. I feel like we probably have the answer to that, Luma, as far as electrope. I think it's another form of it. It's like a self-sufficient normal cat power seeing shit that isn't there. True. Welcome back. What a pleasure it is to see you too, Raviol. Thank you for contacting us, Ojiko. We came as soon as we could. Of course, it felt prudent given how troubled Tataru was. Your concern is much appreciated. As it so happens, we need to reach a convenient juncture in our investigation. Chell and Ishtola have matters well in hand, leaving us free to make this trip. That's relief to hear. Now, let me fetch Tataru for you. Why don't you take a moment to relax in the main hall? I'm sure you're all still fatigued from your journey. Biggest nod.
Planning your next journey?
Oh no, just reminiscing. Thinking back to when you bought this map, and how you all encouraged me to make the voyage to Tural.
Are you glad you did?
As if you need ask. Welcome back.
It's been a while.
I'm so glad you're here.
Ojika contacted us. He intimated that you were rather concerned. Come to think of it, Alphino said he and Alize would pay you a visit upon their return. Have you not seen them?
Oh no, they were here. I was regaled with many a tale of your Turali adventures. It was only once they departed for Garlemord that the rumors came to my attention. Rather alarmingly, void-sent sightings seem to be on the rise across the star. I was reluctant to bother you with mere hearsay, especially when you had more pressing matters to contend with. But earlier I received a confidential report from the Grand Company of Eorzea. It's as if a mighty dam has been breached, flooding the land with foul creatures. For a blessing, most nations have managed to keep the invaders in check, and casualties appear to be minimal thus far. Though the same cannot be said for those regions with a deeper connection to the void. Their fissures continue to manifest without end, putting countless innocents in danger.
A deeper connection to the void. Garlemald is the home of the Reapers, is it not?
It is. Alphino and Alize were there when the trouble began, and have since sent word that the situation has taken a dreadful turn.
A short while earlier in Tertia. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure nothing nothing you can't handle, right?
Thus concludes the abridged account of our time in Tural. Now I shall leave you with the words of the late Dawn Servant, Galul Jajar. Ignorance begets strife, understanding begets fellowship. A notion that rings true for Eorzeans no less than it does for the diverse peoples of Tuliolol.
And for Garleans as well. Even sharing something as simple as a local dish can pave avenues of understanding. It's up to all of us to forge new bonds, together.
Thank you for sharing your tale. Better they hear it firsthand than endure my clumsy retelling. Your words give me hope that we might achieve something similar here in Garlemald.
We all have the capacity to affect change. Our time in Tural taught us that much. And now that we've returned, it's time we rolled up our sleeves and got back to work.
Well, let me... Just a smidge more.
I've already sent missives to the other nations, informing them of our Alexandrian friends. I also intend to notify the Garlean community officially. If both sides are amenable to the proposition, we shall gladly assist in establishing diplomatic relations with Alexandria and Tuliolol.
Thank you. But are you sure you've recovered from your journey? It sounded like you've hardly had time to catch your breath.
Oh, it looks like that should be all right. If it needs to be bumped further, let me know.
Lapis Manalis is overrun with void scent. We've sustained heavy civilian casualties.
What?
Clutium Squadron reporting in. We're under attack. Void scent appeared out of nowhere and
It really
during
is.
a routine inspection.
It really is pronounced that way. Okay.
Is that another fissure? No, no, no! Ah!
My comrades are under attack. We have to do something.
There's no time to lose! Come on!
The Garlean community is ill-equipped to defend themselves against such a threat. Even with the aid of the twins and the Ilzabard contingent, they face daunting odds.
We shall leave for Garlemald immediately.
Thank you. I was able to contact Thancred and Urianger too. They're already on their way. With any luck, you'll be able to rendezvous with them on arrival.
All right. I've been told Alphino and Alisei have withdrawn to Tertium to request aid on the front lines. They seemed intent on rejoining the battle once reinforcements are ready, but I shall tell them to wait until you arrive. Money? And just like that, we find ourselves faced with another emergency. Fortunately, there's yet time for us to make a difference. Let us make haste for Tertium. God damn, that's even with teleportation fees? Reduced? 1,000? Oh, I wonder where we're going. Raphael, you made it in time.
picked a frosty spot for a reunion.
I do really like, yeah, Patch Day with the hordes of people.
Tataru sent word that you were coming. Full glad am I to see you all. Though I'm afraid this is no time for pleasantries. Planar fissures have opened up across Garlemald, inundating the region with void scent. As far as we can ascertain, there are 2 focal points of their assault. The Ilzabard contingent are combating the threat in Lapis Manalis. Although they have suffered casualties, they appear to have the upper hand.
As well they should. The many talented Uldan thaumaturges among them should be more than capable of closing any fissures they encounter.
Which leaves the second focal point, the Clutium. Eulus and the Garlean community are attempting to mount a counterattack, but are struggling to cope with the sheer number of void scent.
Well, she said Clutium. The dude on the speaker said Clitium. So now I don't know.
They've fallen back to the north of the Imperial Palace. Can you lend your aid in securing the area?
With your blessing, I would tend to the wounded returning from battle.
Of course, Kryl. Thank you. The quickest route from here to the front is via the train tracks. Once we arrive, we can support the Garlean forces as we make for the fissure in the munitions factory.
I mean, that's fair. But I was fully expecting it to be, there we go. Fully expecting it to be pronounced completely differently than we were reading it, but like on purpose. Oh, entrance right here. Okay. What the? I didn't click anything. Leave me alone. All right, who am I scooping? Is our normal crew wanting to join? I know Evie and Ace, you are around if you want to join. Tabora, I don't know if you are. Of course, okay, I'm fine. I was like, is temporarily been online? Yes. Okay. I shall scoop you as well. Perfect. I'll do a ready check for jobs. In we go. Okay, the music immediately pretty good. I was like, we heard this, I think, in a trailer. Parts of it, anyway. Oh yeah, no backpack in here. Oh damn. All right. Definitely a remix. Like this melody is in another dungeon somewhere. I don't know which one. One of the most like city looking, like modern city looking area we've ever seen. This is, oh, hello lady.
You're a sight for sore eyes.
Music from the train tunnel. Oh, the radio, yeah. So is this the type of architecture that was there before, you know, like in Garlemald, it's quite literally flattened. You can't really tell what the hell was there.
Appreciate the help.
It's just New York.
We'll handle things from here. Take care of the Fisher.
Oh? Is that an Ahriman in a mech? What the fuck? Eye of the Scorpion. Okay. Motion scanner, all right. Okay, so it's one of those. All right. Stillness and not motion detector. Feel like it's always 50-50. Autos. But also, given how little damage that does, I feel like I'm just not gonna respect that ever. Oh, bracelet, okay. Oh, it's a dungeon. Especially the first boss. I feel like the last dungeon we had was out of the ordinary as far as first boss being something more meaty with the whole petrify line of sight thing. Also, lady, are you doing patch things today? I didn't see you on my friends list, so I didn't scoop or try to. Are you doing things too? I'm just gonna hold. At the very least, can scoop for the trial. Ah, okay, okay. I'll definitely try to grab you for the trial then, and then the A raids if you're still wanting whatever time of night that'll be. Ooh. Well, big boy. All right. Short. Yeah, he is. That sure is a chort. Ripples of gloom. Okay. Wait, I still had a... The buffs weren't done yet, you asshole. Man. Basic vomit. I'm also just gonna rip this since we don't have a caster to LB trash. Body weight exorcism. Oh my god. Oh, I didn't see that one spawn second. Okay. Free for bedtime. All right. Probably a pattern, but oh, there is actual gear in here. Okay. Because everything we've gotten has been an accessory, so that was just an accessories thing. Oh, scrap biblos. Interesting. Scrap gargoyles. Oh, we get to ride in the bank tubes? I've always wanted to do that. Ooh. All right. Neat. What's going on in here? All right. Master Manipulator Malthus. He reminds me of a Thumb from the Spy Kids. Or not a Thumb, the guy who owned the Thumbs. Because he had the like hands all around his face.
Welcome to my domain, mortal.
Oh. Rubbish disposal. Void dark. Okay.
Take form and serve. Carry out my will.
Okay, that's kind of cool. Oh, those are just point blanks. Okay. I thought they were all going to be smaller line AoEs.
Time to pull the string.
There's a spot for me in there. Just trying to find it. Do not have enough. What? What? Wait, so one person gets to do damage and no one else? Man, what kind of bullshit? Oh, they're moving. Oh, I'll just get hit by one. Oh, there were two big ones? Didn't know that. Thought it was only one.
There is no escape.
All right. That's a very fast dungeon. Like, when did we zone in? $27. That's quick. The Kex of striking. Yoink. Code of casting. Oh. Oh, it's not dyeable. Damn. I like the little bobbles though on the hip. All right.
I think that's all of them.
We need but seal the fissure to prevent further ingress.
It's over. I can only imagine the extent of the damage were it not for your aid. On behalf of the Garlean community, I thank you for all you've done for my people, for my home.
I shall close the fissure post-haste.
Wait! If you do that, I will be trapped here.
Ah.
You risked your life in vanquishing the creature. Would you at least let me bear the burden of deciding its fate?
The Moogle sounds, yeah.
You want to go back? To the void? Your kind have entered this realm before. Some seeking death that they might rejoin the Livestream. But you would choose that dark, deathless place?
The wind is fresh and pure, untouched by darkness. Perhaps it won't be a blessing to meet my end in such a place. But I cannot yet bear to part with the void. If only the winds would blow there as they do here. I long to return, to see my home unsullied, as it once was.
We know that pain all too well. If that is your wish, You must forsake this aggression. Go back to the Void and devote yourself to its restoration. I have a friend, Zero, who hails from your home. She and her companions strive to bring light into the Void from another world blighted with imbalance. I hear their efforts have already met with some success. One day, they'll drive the darkness from the Void, I'm sure of it.
His form is imbued with the will of all those I have consumed. We shall return to our world and seek out this Zero. Then we shall see if there is truth in your words.
She won't disappoint you. That much I guarantee.
Bravo! I think Zero will approve.
Oh, I...
Like, when did you two get here?
Indeed, that was truly heartening to see.
Understanding begets fellowship, right?
Or a shift in mentality of Void Scent. I mean, with that one, yeah. I don't know if all of them. So, like, we talked to Void Scent in, like, the Endwalker patch series. And, like, there was the whole little town of Void Scent.
I thought I might lead by example.
And they were just big chillin'. They're also helping Golbez with the sole purpose, all of them, to find a new home.
Well then, shall we head back?
Yeah, there's others that just want to kill you. They're just there to eat, kill, die, you know? Reports have begun trickling in. By all accounts, the Ilsabard contingent was successful in containing the threat on their front. For Void Scent to attack in such numbers, just as we were finding our feet, I daren't imagine the consequences did not provided such timely aid. On behalf of my comrades, thank you. Thank you all. I'll take, I don't know, skill speed. The community was Zero's domain, yeah. But the other Void Scent helping Golbez was to find a new home.
The Ilsabard contingent have contained the threat on their front. Things appear to be under control for the time being. Though it remains unclear why the fissures opened up in the first place. According to Tataru, similar ruptures are occurring across the star.
One thing is clear, however. The phenomenon is not without pattern. The tendency for fissures to emerge is pronounced in regions deeply connected to the Void. Places where the barrier between the two worlds is at its thinnest.
I fear there may be a place in far greater peril than Garlemald. Though it hath since been sealed, you will recall there is a great void gate that we ourselves had cause to open. A gate which was instrumental in our bid to reunite Vritra with his sister and put an end to Golbez's dark plot.
Oh gods. The moon.
With our attention fixed upon planar fissures, I failed to consider this vulnerability. All other paths unto the void are but pinpricks in the veil compared to that great lunar rift.
And that rift might be yawning open as we speak. We'd better hurry.
Let us make for Bestway's burrow. I dare say the Loporrits are well aware of current events.
We ought to have Kryl join us once she finishes tending to the wounded. I shall likewise contact Y'shtola. Her knowledge of the moon's void gate is second to none.
A number of my fellow Garleans now call Mare Lamentorum home. Alphino, Alize, please see they come to no harm.
We'll be back before you know it.
A quick word, if you will.
Yes.
I'm not sure whether you'll run into Zero during the course of all this, but...
She was in the trailer, so he will, yeah.
Would you give this to her?
Is it a bun? Oh!
Emergency rations, in case of a protracted battle. Can't imagine she's eating all that well in the void.
It's gotta be some booze, right? Yeah, it is. Oh no. I didn't mean to cut that off.
Given thy panicked state, I presume the Loporrits too are beset with void scent.
Oh, what sweet relief it is to see you all. Yes, void scent, and lots of them. They suddenly came pouring forth from the crater.
I had dearly hoped to find my worries unfounded.
For some unknown reason, the void gate seems to have partially opened. Living May dashed off to activate the brands and halt the fiend's invasion, but she hasn't come back, and we've since lost contact.
I suggest we make for the brands without delay.
Running. Cute boyfriend, professional protagonist. All right. Yeah, we can do that, lady. Hold on, let me put a marker. All right. Save the Loporrit, beleaguered Loporrit. Oh wait, oh, my backpack. Hold on. Aha! It's still on. Oh, vibrant evil eye. My valiant savior, I was so frightened I dare not move an ill. Oh, you're looking for Livingway? I think I saw her headed southwest toward the drowning brand. She had several slaughter bots in tow, but I worry there won't be enough for all the Void Scent. You better hurry. Slaughterbots. I was like, yeah, given the gear and whatnot, like you're fine. But like that also just goes to show how fast that dungeon is. God damn. Actually, is there no minion in that dungeon? Hold on, you mentioned the short minion.
I'm saved! I dread to think what would have befallen me if you hadn't intervened.
Oh, that might be. Does the goat drop from that minion or from that dungeon? Because patch notes did show a tiny goat minion.
Oh, I was never in any real danger, of course. I knew you would realize our plight and rush to our rescue.
But what if I didn't, though?
Etheris is likewise plagued with void scent. If only we'd prioritized further development of the void scent slaughterbots, we could have stemmed the tide ourselves. Oh, what a tremendous demonstration that would have been. Irrefutable proof that I was mankind's staunchest ally and the greatest lubberate to ever live. I can practically taste the praise. Fortunately, I was able to activate the brands. Should any more void scent emerge from the gate, they ought to be confined to the crater. Unless, of course, the void gate begins to expand of its own accord, or some gargantuan monstrosity tries to barge through, I don't foresee any major problems.
Well.
Oh, nope. We're doomed.
There you are.
I left the data in Shale's capable hands and teleported here as soon as I heard. And ere you ask, I made sure to bring the key with me.
Then the real threat yet awaits us.
'Tis Golbez's domain beyond the Void Gate. I wonder how he and Zero are faring.
What was that? Oh.
By the 12.
Also, you just had that on, like, I know we lent it to you for research. I didn't, should you really just be carrying that around? Gift of Ethos. Journey without end, conceived and guided by principle. Did she? Yeah, no, too many things going on at once that I'm paying attention to. Discover, unite the stars unto one. Let none bar your path. We've killed a lot of Ashens who told us to do that. But when we do it, it's okay. Oh, hey, Golbez.
Let them come.
We're on the red moon again. Oh. Hi. Yeah, it was the distinct lack of Moogle slippers. That's what makes it okay. Oh, okay. I was like, after all that, you just get slapped?
What are you doing here?
I don't really know. No time to explain.
Trust you to state the obvious. May as well make yourself useful. The gate's sheer size appears to have made it a tempting target.
Enuo, a dread void scent risen from the benighted depths of the ocean. They kept to the confines of their domain while Zeromus endured. No longer, it would seem. And once they had discovered a path to the Red Moon, they wasted no time in making the journey.
Leave the void scent nearby to us. You take care of Enuo.
Just like that, huh?
Facing this many foes calls for a more familiar approach.
Oh. You can do that? Oh shit. All right. All right. I mean, we job change all the time, but like
change their form at will. Both light and darkness are mine to wield.
I see.
Besides, what better to purge darkness from the void than darkness itself?
She's never farmed Fate. She would know tank is better. It's fine. She has bloodbath.
Dares face me, a mere mortal.
Explaining NO is that he reincarnated into XIV. It's more complicated than that, but it gets the point across. See, I vaguely have heard he's like a super boss of whatever game he comes from. That's, yeah, like even more like XIV is the big bad, but then is like, oh, NUO is the bigger bad. He's just chilling.
Hast thou come in search of power, renown? I fight to end this world without
God,
end.
it's so fucking bright.
All who stand before me shall fall.
Wait, using... Wait, that's such a sick... I don't even know the original music, but using that as a musical transition is so sick. Holy, all right. I have a feeling I might have to remake this because I believe because I kicked you. I don't think, let's see, does it work? Oh, okay, cool. I guess because we're not Party Finder, it's fine. Wow, I don't know if you are fully at the same spot, lady, or if we need a hot, you know, a few minutes. Yeah, gonna need this orchestron. Okay, no problem. The unmaking. Immediate. All right. You got stance on, buddy. All right.
Who dare oppose me shall quake before the silken dark.
Meteor rain. Okay. Not glows. Okay.
The void's power is mine to wield.
Not wakes. They're gonna repeat what it just did.
Perish.
Oh, wakes is just the movement. Okay.
Be still.
Neat.
Accept your downfall.
God damn it. I didn't mean to use that yet.
Doth the yawning rift not tempt you?
Why'd you move it? Damn it.
The void consumes. Naught will endure. Neither past nor future. Only one
being unmade. Okay. This reminds me of Old Temple of Karn. I really miss Old Temple of Karn, where you just ignore all the lasers.
I've breached the darkness. Let the light guide you.
You must break free.
Break free. Free yourself from the wheel. Okay.
The underlings are no more. Now to deal with NOO.
Life and death rendered meaningless.
Light, protect us.
I will not yield my domain. Such is the power of the void.
Oh, well, that'll do it. Donut? Oh, point blank. Okay.
The void shall never cease to be.
Oh my gas.
My power is absolute.
Well, that's an attack from someone else. I don't remember who. Oh, interesting. Okay. Damn.
The void's power is mine.
I figured that's what it was gonna do. I just got snapshotted. Okay. Oh, does X death. Okay.
Thus did all boundaries cease to be. Behold the truth of this world! Accept your downfall.
should have kept that.
Doth the yawning rift not tempt you?
All right, main tank, what are you doing? That on a 2-minute, sick.
Perish.
Meteor rain.
Doth the yawning rift not tempt you? Be still.
Oh, he went the other way. Oh, fuck. He went the other way around. Uh-oh.
Thus did all boundaries cease to be.
It's on me, too. Yeah. I mean, 5%, that's probably doable. Unless they get another stack.
The void's power is mine.
Well, they have LB3. If you get another party stack, use it.
Perish. Behold the truth of this world! Accept your downfall.
How does this work with only 2 people? Oh, it might die, so we may not have to worry about it. Like, are you guys gonna swap? Not hunt another? There just is no other, or is it... Oh, it just stays on you. Amazing.
Doth the yawning rift not tempt you?
Good job, Deborah.
They must be sealed away.
Like, the other tank died at the end with 0.1% remaining. All right. I can't even calm you. All right. Fancy. Well, people got it. I mean, yeah, honestly, I'm glad I didn't get it because I probably would have died. I was watching everyone else run around with it and I was like, glad that's not me. Froth info.
I'm glad you came. We would have struggled to face Enuo alone. I presume you journeyed here to prevent more void scent from passing through the gate.
I wasn't sure what happened there. I was... My guess was, did you invuln to see if it would go through invuln? But I guess no, you just ran too early.
With Enuo defeated, there are none left in this realm who pose a serious threat. I dare say the problem is resolved.
Nice. Void scent emerging from fissures across the source.
Cause for alarm indeed. Tell us more. So the breach wasn't limited to the Void Gate, for better or worse. Precious little has changed in the 13th since Zeromus fell. Have you noticed anything unusual?
I wanted to clip the end, like the chasers just staying on you the whole time. That's actually really funny. I wanted to clip that.
I know not the reason events have unfolded this way, but there is, perhaps, an explanation as to why the Void Gate and the fissures opened. Here, in my domain, even the slightest change is keenly felt. When the gate opened, I sensed not the workings of some external force. Rather, it felt as if the barrier between our worlds was weakening naturally, moment by moment, until the two came to meet.
And you think this weakening could be happening elsewhere?
'Tis a possibility.
What of Radz-at-Han and Garlemald?
We don't know about Radz-at-Han. Garlemald's fine though.
Eulus took mercy upon the interloper.
But they're probably fine too. We didn't get called. Vritra probably got it handled. Round up main tanking. Paladin fell off. Oh, you can fall off the side in that? Damn.
Whether Void Scent or Garlean, we all share the same longing for home.
Speaking of Eulus, though, yeah, we got food for you.
Should we meet? I will gladly offer them aid. Please tell Eulus as much. Wait, how exactly did you get here? No mortal could traverse the Void Gate in its current state.
That thingy.
And this path of yours is still there. I cannot see it.
Oh. Well, that's interesting. Yeah. Ah.
Nor does it reveal itself to me. Perhaps the path serves only the key bearer.
Okay.
So it is not a means to travel freely back and forth. A pity. I would have liked to see my friends again.
Now seems the opportune time to give Zero the parcel Euless prepared for. I was about to say, we're gonna give her the food? Something for me. Still warm? Are they warm? Hopefully they're not squished after that fight. That smell. Food, is it? Ah, I recall Euless speaking of the dumplings his mother used to make. Thank you for the parcel and the fond memories. It's more than enough to share with Golbez. Now that he forgoes the aether of others, I'm sure he'll appreciate the sustenance. I sometimes wonder what the void would be like if culinary traditions flourished here once more. Whether it would suffice to break the cycle of mutual consumption. A heartening thought, if nothing else. Nice. A guy was in one cutscene in MSQ, but only if you've done Eden. Until our battle earlier, I hadn't called upon darkness in some time. In truth, I'd find light a better fit these days. Ever since you left, we've been roaming in the void in search of individuals who would join our cause. Although we return to the Red Moon after sensing Enuo's presence, rarely do we linger in a single location. However, if the interloper you spoke of does intend to seek me out, it might be wise to return to my domain. Why don't you join us? With Enuo defeated, this source should be in no imminent danger. Good, we'll wait for you by the crater. They also chose Gaia as the Final Fantasy XIV representative in Dissidia. So, it could happen. There's a teleporter situated between here and the center of the moon. I used it to travel to the surface in days long past, though I seldom had need once my generals were in place. Igiorum herself. Oh, that's Ashen name. Crafted the device that I might lay low the servant of light. Ironic that we now use it to, in seeking to restore light to the void. Forgive my idle reminiscences. 'Tis time we made our descent. Oh, we're in the, speaking, we were mentioned this earlier. The little town of Voidsent. Though it's not always so, many who live here now have chosen to do so because they support the cause. Indeed, if our numbers continue to grow, we may require more territory. Thankfully, we were able to harness the residual ether from Barbaricia's domain. Those reserves will enable me to expand mine as the need arises. Alright, as we best prepare for our potential guest, join me in my abode when you're ready. They're just playing in the water. Speak to Golbez here after you... Is Golbez still sitting back there? I'm up here now. Imagine you remember these, the transmitters we used to receive light from the first. Memory serves, they work by channeling excess ether left in the wake of the flood in the Crystal Tower. Using the tower's crossed rift travel capabilities, light is then conveyed onto the 13th and into these devices. I have a mind to use them now, but they'll need to be set in an elevated location. Your assistance would be greatly appreciated. Ether transmitters. Oh, he is all the way back here. There are many in this domain who still fear me. I shall remain here to avoid needless provocation. I'll let them fuck around and find out. That's on them. I'm definitely gonna need to go this way.
Upon activation, these transmitters will shine with light from beyond, sent courtesy of our ever-watchful friends. They will serve as beacons in the dark for those that would seek me out. That is quite the beacon. Hey, there's the guy.
I did not expect to see you here.
I am Zero, and this is my domain. 'Tis a safe haven for those who abhor conflict. Among those gathered here, many aspire to restore this world to how it once was.
Such a thing is possible?
Indeed. Though how long the endeavor will take, I cannot say. But for those of us abandoned by death itself, what do we have but time to try, and try again?
True.
Very well. This light is ample proof your comrades spoke true. However long it takes to restore our world, you shall have my aid.
And you shall have mine.
Nice. It would seem Ulysses' intervention has helped forge a new bond. Thank you for bringing word to me. I gather you'll head home sooner rather than later? You're not able, or you will not be able to freely return to Zero's domain. Are you certain you wish to leave? Yeah. Let us return to the Red Moon. I'm sure you won't begrudge me a proper farewell. Yeah, I don't know if they would be able to return to a more, like, person form.
Would you deliver a message to Ulysses for me? Tell him that we're making progress towards rebuilding our home. And I hope that he is too.
They are kind of an amalgam of souls, so I don't know that something like that would be possible either, because whenever they eat someone else, that's just now more than one soul in the body.
Enuo's Memoria will be safe here. The crystal containing Zeromus has been passed on to our allies in the First. If Enuo's Memoria might serve them in restoring their world, we shall likewise consider its transfer.
Nice. Given concentrated darkness to the First, makes sense.
To aid one another in our respective fights, were it not for these boundaries between us. Safe travels, my friend. We take comfort in the knowledge that you're out there fighting too, wherever you may be.
So from their perspective, what did that look like? Souls disperse when they die and respawn. Oh, that is true, yeah.
No luck, I'm afraid. It appears he's not in Mare Lamentorum.
Oh, and then they just, yeah, we just evaporated on this side. We're like, we don't know where he went.
Wait. Is that?
What's up?
God, you had us worried. You suddenly disappeared. We didn't know what to think.
Shortly after you vanished, the Void-Sent incursion abruptly ended. We surmised you had a hand in that, but never did it cross our minds that you were fighting alongside Zero and Golbez.
This golden path you said you traversed wasn't visible to us either.
Yeah.
Nor did we hear a voice. Ethos. Might this be the key's true name?
While many mysteries remain, for now, I am glad to learn the state of affairs in the 13th. Golbez's suspicion that the barrier twixt worlds has begun to weaken. 'Twould certainly explain the surge in fissures manifesting in the source.
Yet what could be behind such a phenomenon?
Oh, it's time.
And who might you be? Not a Void-Sent, I'd wager.
Thancred immediately pointing a gun at a cute lady. Yeah, I know we're on the moon, but like... wild development.
Greetings. I am Helmarut of the Asians.
Just like that, huh? All right.
We are your sworn foes, I know. But on this occasion, will you not put away your arms?
What the fuck? Yeah, sure, alright.
I wish only to talk.
I mean, creation magics, as Asians do.
Thank you for affording me a chance.
Bereft of the Unsundered, we were under the impression you and yours no longer had cause to continue your activities. That you should reveal yourself at this juncture.
Mm-hmm.
I assume you are the one who bestowed Calyx with the knowledge of summoning and the reflections.
Yes, that is correct.
Is that how you summon him? Oh, that's good.
Was it necessary to reveal my present form as well?
Yes.
Calyx. So he succeeded in transferring his memories after all.
Be at ease. Even were I to occupy a combat-oriented vessel, I would not have the ability to defeat you.
Well, at least you know.
You destroyed my plan, my life's work. I have naught to replace it, nor will I ever regain what I once had.
If you wish to speak, Halmarut, will you not tell us what it is that you hope to accomplish?
As you know, our star Aetheris was sundered into 4 and 10 shards in the time of the Ancients.
Yeah, at some point I definitely won.
As the will of the star, Hydaelyn perpetuated this unnatural division for
the
millennia.
Mew head.
And in the wake of her passing, nature has begun to reassert itself. As a wound knits itself together, the star seeks to become whole once more. Yes, it seeks to rejoin with all of its shards. Unlike the one we Ascians attempted to orchestrate, however, the star's rejoining will afford mankind no special treatment. All life and matter will be condensed into a single whole and remade for a new beginning. A complete rebirth. Aetheris will return to the way it once was. Hundreds of millions of years past. To a quiet and peaceful time. Long before the light of mankind was kindled.
Supposing for a moment we believe you, how can you possibly know all this?
It is an inevitability that I have foreseen since time immemorial. A future that awaits should creation be freed from the influence of Hydaelyn and Zodiark. The star is tolerant to life. It holds no grudges, and neither rages nor weeps for being sundered. Yet by the same token, it is indifferent to life's survival. No amount of devastation and death can compel it to stop the wheels of creation from turning. The earth shakes, and mountains spew fire. Floods wash away the fruits of labor, and icy winds freeze and starve. Countless perish as nature runs its course. So many seeds of life have already been lost, yet in spite of this, people continue to believe that the morrow will come. But it will not. For nothing lies beyond the solstice, when all creation is reunited. When that day comes, every last trace of mankind shall be erased.
Okay.
I cherish man's journey. Despite losing his innocence and being made to live with suffering, he has forged ever onward. Strong, even as he is weak, his is a proud tale in the history of the star. It would be a shame for that tale to end. For all to wither and die, when some might yet survive. Would you not agree?
If a natural rejoining doth lead unto the solstice, then thine intent is to preemptively rejoin the worlds.
Correct. It was for this very purpose that Halmarut recruited suitable collaborators from the Reflections. Individuals like me, who would willingly doom another world in order to fulfill their aspirations. The Winterers, we are called. And if you and yours seek to protect all life, then sooner or later you shall have to contend with us.
Even if everything you claim is true, what you've done, Calyx, it's unforgivable!
I do not ask that you be pragmatic, nor do I seek your approval. Given your familiarity with other reflections, 'tis only natural that you are averse to our methods. But there is one irrefutable fact that you must understand. Should we take no action at all, the solstice will come, and no one will be left alive. No one. Of course, should it serve to satisfy your ambition, you are welcome to deal with the reflections as you deem fit. Like the pariah and wanderer who satisfied his own when he brought the star to the brink of ruin to face you.
Wait!
I don't like that existing. Okay. There you are. One moment you were standing before me, and the next you vanished into thin air. I was like, that... I mean, could have just picked it up, but like... Thanks to you all, the voids have been eradicated and the gate lies sealed once more. There's been nary a peep from the crater. Though I can't help but notice none of you seem to share my enthusiasm. Is something wrong? I was like, I fucking hate putting him in a washing machine. Fucking hate Xenos, dude. He has outstayed his welcome like threefold at this point. Make that like fourfold, possibly, probably. That's preposterous. As far as I'm aware, Heidelin made no mention of a natural rejoining. I have to consult the records to be certain. But before thanking you for dispatching the void sent so handedly, you well and truly saved the day. It could have just been, yeah, the green poof could have just been creation magic. I don't know. The fact that it was on the screen at all. Ugh. We'll see. Trail to the heavens. Oh, wait, isn't that the name of the patch? I think this is the last one. The implications of the solstice and the winter schemes, as well as our approach moving forward, take time to consider. To that end, I believe we should gather and speak in person. And by we, I mean our fellow scions. As for a change of pace, why don't we convene at the Rising Stones? I'm sure Tataru and the others will be happy to meet us there. A fine idea. In many ways, our return is long overdue. No doubt we could all use some respite after Garlemald, but I trust there are no objections. We gotta go see our boy Hoary Boulder. To settle then, to the Rising Stone. We'll see how things go. I'm not happy about that. The rest of things are cool. I do like that Hamaru just like, hi. Just straight up. Where are you hiding the boulder? Everything has changed since we last gathered here. No doubt Tataru is chiefly responsible for the prevailing state of tidiness. Speaking of whom, she and a great many of our comrades are en route. Let us wait for them a while longer. Sincerely thinks she's fucking... I mean, I hope that is the case. I really do.
Long it hath been since last we gathered here.
Or play that Yoshi P clip from the, the Q&A at FanFest.
In name only. Thereafter, we did largely operate independent of one another.
I was like, please no more Xenos. I hate him. Like, same. Same Yoshi P.
All of which is to say, full glad am I to stand in such esteemed company once more.
Apologies for our delay.
The boulder!
We're reporting for duty, as bid.
This is everyone that we could round up on short notice. The others are still en route. Estinian alone we weren't able to make contact with.
Yeah, that's not surprising.
No doubt his link pearl is buried at the bottom of his bag.
Knowing him, he'll turn up when we least expect it.
Now, as much as I'd like to savor our reunion, Tataru tells us there have been developments. Will you apprise us of the details? The Winterers and the Solstice.
Yeah.
The veracity of Halmarut's claims remains unclear. Yet it cannot be denied that, in his bid to convert the living into endless, Calyx was privy to knowledge of the reflections and more.
And the Winterers are formed of others, like him.
In light of the recent Voidsent incursions, I believe it would be wise to treat the Solstice as a genuine threat. The problem is how to deal with it.
Both the Source and the Reflections are home to irreplaceable life. I would protect them all if I could. But if doing so means ushering in complete annihilation, then what can we possibly do?
You know, the scale of this is wild, so it's just like, what, we're fucked, right? We're just fucked.
I wonder, was Hydaelyn aware of the solstice?
Given that we had no knowledge of it when you journeyed to Elpis, you couldn't have warned Venar. So it is entirely possible she was unaware. But in the course of sustaining the Sundered Star, she may have glimpsed this eventuality.
I don't think she had any way of knowing. I think she knew and chose to trust in us. Oh, those are both completely different. Okay. Interesting. I don't know. We'll go with the second one.
So she believed that we could overcome this trial as well. Or rather, that the choice was ours to make.
Whichever it may be, it is we who must find the answer. We who live in the here and now.
Perhaps we could take a recess? Oh, I dare say everyone could use a rest.
Indeed. We have ample food for thought, and it would be good to catch each other up.
Ere I forget, hereon, I believe you should keep the key, Ethos, in your possession. After all, it seems that is one mystery I am not destined to unravel.
All right. The boulder. Fultonay and I remained in Corvos to monitor the situation among the Garleans of the Corvosi. Though seldom smooth sailing, in time the region settled, we were able to return. I understand the Garlean community has made great strides in improving relations with other peoples. Hearing that, I feel renewed zeal for resolving the issues in Corvos. And perhaps you'd like to hear more about the Garlean's accomplishments from me and the twins. It might stoke that fire even hotter. It was by no means an easy decision, but as the solstice is now our paramount concern, Alice and I have opted to formally withdraw from our efforts in Garlemald. After all, anything we can do to protect our world will also serve to keep the Garleans safe. Ulysses and his comrades are already working towards a brighter future of their own accord. Honestly, I'm more worried about us. It's so difficult to see the path ahead, but hopefully we can get through this and return to Garlemald with our heads held high one day. Indeed. In the meantime, let us prepare a letter for Ulysses and the community. We mustn't let despair stay our hand. Okay. After Rianje and I went off on our own, we decided to spend some time exploring Zaktural. Never had the chance to visit during the Rite of Succession, you see. We journeyed east through Loazeniheta before heading up the coast to the frigid northern reaches, where they revere a storied beast of the sea. The excursion only served to reinforce just how diverse Tural really is. We also met with the Wallachie. Must be nice. You get to talk about Blue Mage stuff? Though we had not the time to study their arts at length, we were privy to several intriguing demonstrations. With that, we have indulged our curiosity further and traveled to yet more distant lands. For better or for worse, pragmatism tempered our wanderlust. Suffice it to say, we still have plenty to see of the continent. I should very much like to return, given the chance. Yeah, we still really have no fucking idea about the giant gash in the ocean. It's just there. Chilling. Judging by your guise, Clements, your studies have been productive? Indeed, I've more or less mastered the fundamental principles of Charlene astrology. At one point, I considered exploring other healing arts, but decided to persevere with more focused training to better leverage my skills on the battlefield. I don't think I'd be much use on a battlefield these days. I can scarcely hold my bow steady, let alone hit a target, so sorely bereft of brotherly ministrations as I am. I knew you still had constant supervision. You two haven't changed in the slightest. Makes me wonder how our colleagues that couldn't join us today are faring. Blue Mage or Yanje? If only. If only they cared. Eno and I were training in Gridania when Voidsent attacked the Twelveswood. Thankfully, we were able to fend them off with the help of the Twin Adders. When I heard the invasion had already spread across the star, I realized the gravity of the situation and ordered a confidential report sent to the other science. That's why Tataru was so quickly apprised. Thanks to you, we were able to make haste for Garlemald. While circumstance and duty may keep us apart, we remain bound by common purpose. Indeed, may that purpose continue to guide us now that we stand together once again. Seems everyone has much and more to discuss with one another. Anyway, you're overdue for a proper break. The peace and quiet will help you think. Feel free to make yourself comfortable in Dawn's respite.
Of course, should it serve to satisfy your ambition, you are welcome to deal with the reflections as you deem fit. Like the pariah and wanderer who satisfied his own when he brought the star to the brink of ruin to face you.
I detest evenings such as this. Too bright, too stimulating. The mind distracted by the inconsequential.
Or being haunted.
You needn't be so wary. I merely come to offer information before my departure. Halmarut and I will soon cross the rift to observe the enactment of another Winter's plan. destination is the fourth. A world locked in ice, whose lands are blanketed in thick clouds. In order to survive, man has fled to the skies, using great magics to establish new civilizations.
Why tell me where you're going?
I have my own designs I would see realized. Nothing more.
But that's why, and Yoshibi was also a bit like, huh, given, you know, it's called Evercold, doesn't look very cold, huh? It's because it's way up in the sky. So the planet itself is a frozen block of ice. But they're chilling in the air.
Believe me or don't, as you like. For all I know, you lack the means to follow us anyway. What Halmarut said to you earlier. She suggested that dealing with the reflections might satisfy your ambition. But is that truly so? You have seen battles beyond counting, have defeated even the fear of death. Is there some conclusion that you seek, no matter the cost?
No matter the cost. That one, I don't know.
I will share with you a truth.
Given what the cost is at this point, with this grand of a scale.
We Winterers each have an ambition that we wish to fulfill. To that end, we may share information with one another, but we do not necessarily share the same beliefs. Just as you and yours decried my actions, I find those of my fellows objectionable. Be that as it may, it is the culmination of our lives' works that we would bring to the world. Fruits born of undying devotion, daring aspiration, and unwavering ideals. No matter how we are reviled, no matter what we must steal, our actions will be vindicated by those who abide in the future we create. In your benevolence, you may seek to save everything and everyone. But once all is consequently consigned to oblivion, your noble deeds will amount to nothing more than folly. For no living soul shall remain to judge them.
Assuming we don't succeed in what we're attempting, then you were correct. If shattered stars are doomed to mend, how turns the key to winter's end? All right. Just come with a Trailblazer. Did we not? Oh, we had Dawn Blazer, I think. I was about to say, did we not already have this title? Okay. Setting up for some crazy shit. I like it. Another 10-year-long journey. Shard to shard, I'm sure. But very interesting. So one thing I guess, and maybe it's not super clear either because I missed a key point, or I don't know. So they're still, the Winterers are still rejoining shit. But they're gonna do it in, they're not gonna let the solstice, I don't think anyone's letting the solstice happen on purpose, if I gathered that correctly. But the Winterers are gonna do it in the Ashen way, as far as planet by planet's gonna be deleted, but ultimately everyone survives, humanity survives because it wasn't the solstice. I only mean to continue the Ashen game plan because the natural drawing reset everything, so you find another game plan to avoid. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I do have it. Yeah. Yeah. So we're both wanting to stop the solstice, now that we know the solstice exists. But now we have to contend with the Ashen rejoining plan yet again. Despite it also, their end goal aligning with ours, their method is not not something we want. Okay. You know, but it's around once the end of everything. Yeah. That should make for a fun time. Hopefully it doesn't fizzle out, but like that, it could be, I like the moral dilemma. And the scale of this whole thing is insane. But I definitely look forward to more. Again, this is what, 7.5 part 1? I don't remember when they said, hold on. 7.5 schedule. When is the part 2 to this? Patch timeline. Is it easy to Google? Do one of you know right offhand? 5/6 is the one. So September. Okay. So we get our last bit of MSQ leading into 8.0. Okay. Pretty good. Pretty good stuff. Very excited for the new expansion just in general.